Freedom FM 87.9, your best choice. The only independent voice of Liberia. No allegiance to any political party, organization, institution, or individual. Freedom FM 87.9, your best choice.
The Ministry of Justice will inform the party and say, because we don't see magnitude or sufficient evidence, we are dropping the case. At least I've been respected. My dignity will be restored because I went to the court. So I was never told. I just woke up and it was all over that the case has been dropped. By the time I went to the court, this document surfaced that yes, Bushi Bay Keita, the legal advisor to the president, which is another branch of government, interfering in another branch of government. And that is wrong.
Ambassador Andy, now I listened to you on yesterday. You said you were going to be here and you're here today. So what exactly do you want to achieve by being here?
National legislature, we presented on my own, because you know what? I don't want somebody to say, oh, she called it women, or she brought it. I presented a petition. I read the petition and I presented it. I want justice. And so I took it to the national legislature. They were very cordial and they took the petition. And they promised to look into it. I decided that there are two things here. The women are complaining to the president that Prophet Key is disrespectful to women. Who? The letter is there. I brought my petition to say the appointee of the president was the one who instructed the
government said they can't rescue or they can't kill us slowly. There's some of our we have 10 children, no husband, to even help us to sustain our children. Now on the side what we're sending, that Susu can help us to pay our rent and to pay our children's school fees. But the government, people come here and they tell us that we should leave the sidewalk. And once on the seven able to sort of be careful with the water, the poo water running from China, baby. They don't put the effort to clear the poo. Yeah, central bay. Or in the car, the necklace, and not in the crack, on the car. Yeah, all the favorite necklace, they can occupy the car. The government see that one. But with the innocent people, why we know our job facility, our children all our high school, college, and the business between us and our children. Just like Baka Kino care and they can rescue. Why they say we should fight for our children future? They don't want our children future. They cannot damage our children future. If they love the citizen and they don't want riot, police or soldier, nobody can support because now where we get our daily bread from? None of my broad men, they're not supporting children with their mother, with their husband, with their everything in the way. There's some of us will not educated at the basement parking or some when they tap around or tap on them with cool. Some of us will not offer our weapon. We're gonna medicine man. Because when you come into our market, we'll plan your eye. We will cripple you. Papa signal will whistle on you. Because we fell out with a no say in the country. Yeah? Don't say I can rescue them or kill or slow them. I can't do that. So security, they keep my police, they keep my around with seller police, they keep not get all awareness. For now until the 7, they will see you on the street. That's why you don't get nobody job facility. And on the street, the people from the federal office they can come by our son. And what people making in it. Yeah? And that blessing will not belonging in market. And on the street, and I'm market to say women in a general market. Say Labrador was funny. All over the world, the great America, they started on the street. Africa, they started on the street. That then Labrador, why they improve that they want to suppress up on the streets.
I have been working for the past 6 years with your government, and we are caretaker. We are the one that's doing the cleaning all and thing. Since Joseph Boaka for the past 6 years, since Joseph Boaka took over for the past 3 months, if you demanding us to come to work every day, for me, I pay $450 to work a day to come here and $450 to go back. Every day they will take listing for our carry. But I was surprised yesterday, the minister called and she want to have a meeting with us. So we got there, Paulina came, and Paulina said there is no budget for us. She's not going to pay us, and she put it all down. Maybe when she get money the 15th or next month, she will pay us. For everybody that work on the job, we are government, she will put everybody down, and that's what she did. So we got angry, we went to the mansion in group, 730 persons. Paulina, she said, Joe, we have put her father down when you were working. So anybody that work on a job, we are with him, that job, we are put that she will put them down. Paulina, so therefore, she came and said, She now working with us again, and she didn't pay us. So I saw that we worked in this government for the past 6 years. And then for the 3 months that Joseph Walker got there, we've been working early in the morning, we can't early in the morning, we can't work. We have been working for the past 6 months. So they should get our pay so that we can go and sit down. And now she left, so we should go and sit down and wait for the 15th. And I'm telling the Liberian government, I'm telling Boaka, Joseph Boaka, I said Joseph Boaka, and I'm always talking to the senator, representatives that we elected you, we voted for you. We are single mother. We call you. We voted for you in the house. You're sitting there. Paulina play with us. And Paulina play with us. She will get it wrong for herself. She will get it wrong. Paulina, the small child. She running into her to her. She baby. Everyone take off anywhere. They off. We'll go and sit down. But you just come and tell all people that we're on your work for me. Are we not Liberian? Are we not Liberian? That you taking bread from our table, taking food from our mouth because of your we are? Please, our senator, you get back. Our senator in the house, you have been talk for us. You say you are going to talk for the women. That what Paulina is doing to us. She's taking bread from our mouth. We will be marching. I got group. We all will be going to the mansion in black. We will walk to the mansion and we'll point tire. And they will kill all the way they keep putting in your that they kill us. Because they want the king for the kill. They say they came to rescue. But they never came to rescue or they came to kill us. We will march to the mansion. Everybody going to wear black. Everybody that wear with Minister of State that they put down, I've been saying they will wear black. We'll go to the mansion, we'll put tire, we'll point it, we'll walk to the mansion. The liar they get there, the information director, the information minister is a black liar. The people came to steal. He came outside when he saw us. He stood on, he said, your words are coming to Paulina, coming back. He never came back. He just left on the only thing they did, they called the police start shopping us all over the place. So if they will kill us, they must be ready to kill us on money. We are Liberian. We work and we earn our own money.
They bring her to go steal to the mainland store. So the man wanted for you to go steal from the web post. Yeah. He said, I'm join to go steal to the web mainland store to get money to the store that we go take it from there. I said, my man, I'm only bad for the same lecture. Then how can the police catch you now? The police before the man called me back. I was only 18. The same man now? Yeah, the same man. The same man who want for you to go steal? Yeah, he called me only 18. Yeah. I was in a man. Now about 8:30. The man called me. He said, oh, my man, I'll let you be there and call you back again. So that time you go to work? I go to work. Before your working place, you come to the man? Yeah, I'm from my working area to Cartel to now go to the man. To go steal now? No, I'm not go steal. I'm going to Steve. I mean, I'm going to. Yeah. I educated myself. I'm going to Steve. I question me. The thing you want for me to explain for you to understand. Then still questioning me, doubling the question. How will be talk clearly? I break it, sorry. I see. When the man come in there, he asked me, say, how many of you are working to the area? I say, we are 3. He told the message, you're 3. Yeah. So he said, I want to give you tea to carry to the message. You want to give you what? Tea. Have milk tea. Oh, milk tea? Yeah. For you to drink? With bread. With bread. 3 pieces of fresh bread. With egg is that? With egg into my butter. So when I carry it to the main, say carry to the main. When you give it to the main, then you come back to the car. So the food make you now carry that so you can go convince your friend. Yeah. When I give it to the man say thank you. I say okay. The man say, oh, where you going now? I say, oh, I'm going where car. So one of my friends call me. And the same way you go now. Yeah, the same man. The man say one for you to go steal. Yeah. So when I go to the man, he say clean the car. Then there are 2 now. In the Jeep. Then there are 2. Big Jeep. Yeah. Black BG, photo G. Yeah. So when I train the car now, air condition all is no. Papa, you can't wait for me to spin now. I'll leave the auto now. You can jog people. I'm just asking you a question, sorry. Yeah, judge people that can come here. No, I'm a journalist. I beg you, sorry. The way you talk in the question, can I say when I move from here out free? Can I say when I move from here out free? You said one talk again. I wanted to mean who talk clear to you, but you talk in the question. Hi, looking, then you want force no more word there again. Why not be looking to the top? I'm not going to again. And said they call me to the office of OSP.
I think you explain to me that you come to get paid. You say you carry the tea to the man. After you carry the tea to the man, and you come now. So what next now?
And for me, I will not there.
Nobody, you getting there. You say asking you too much question. Hey, there's me to say make your egg and bread. You bring it. Okay, sorry. Now I say sorry now. Okay, sorry. If you I will not ask you the question again. Okay, sorry.
When I give me answer now, then do.
Okay. Explain again. I'm not asking you no more question again. Okay, let's go now.
Go to school. The English say and then English.
Okay, sorry. That was sorry now. Sorry.
Say Ali, you take that. You take that.
I'm taking time. Okay, sorry. Okay.
Say to I can take time to
explain.
Okay.
If I tell you things I did.
Baby, money. Yeah, you got your fresh man. You got your fresh man.
Oh.
You got fresh cake.
So just a jacket to ask Waka where you got the money from? I give it for.
Yes. And I got no right to ask Waka that baby. Huh?
But now president, anything do people sort of know the plane get the money from?
No.
What they may ask?
No.
Oh.
No. And that's supposed to be that.
How is it supposed to be?
And that's supposed to be that.
How you think it's supposed to be?
And you cannot get no right to ask Waka. You must give me the money account or either where you get the money from and blah 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 blah. Wow. Waka say where you got?
Oh. So like that for money being getting verse from?
Yes. The trouble they want from that ass boy. That him let me verse. I speak bar. I never go to school. The one who go say I'm a speaker that I speak. You got go out today. January 8. I tell you, you got go out. Mind, be careful. Mind, be careful. You got go out. Be careful with Waka. Be careful.
Yeah, we understand. You need to get verse deal.
Waka that my president, I fought for him. I won't campaign for him. Because I know Waka can rescue people. Yeah, yes. I get interest in him. I get that respect in him.
That's interesting.
Yes.
So you want to say what about rescue?
Yes.
What about rescue?
You.
What I say, let me rescue you. How you really understanding it?
Okay. The day I understand rescue, who suffer in the country, and no job. No job in the country. What I will bring job, I want children work. What I will bring medicine, what I will bring them one. A girl to her, I want to call rescue.
What I want to do, what happened?
It will happen. Am I lying? It will happen.
So we can stand up and talk for 3 hours. Man can stand up and talk for 3 hours. You not even talk for 30 minutes straight, you want to die. That kind of sick thing you're carrying.
So you want to bring walk uncle, bring a damn walk uncle. Don't be speaking your stinking more every day in this thing. Thank you.
But the walk uncle is not intended just for you.
But the everything is mine. The everything is for me. Bring it. I know it's not coming. There's not a way to bring walk uncle. You go through processes, legal processes. You don't talk about things on the floor when you see me. So
the government said they came to rescue our land, they came to kill us slowly. There's some of our we have 10 children, no husband, to even help us to sustain our children. That on the side what we're sending, that Susu can help us to pay our rent, to pay our children's school fee. But the government, people come here around, they tell us that we should leave the sidewalk. And once at the seven area, they sort of be careful with. The water side, the poo water running from China Benny. They're not putting effort to clear the poo. Yeah, beyond Central Bay, or in the car, the necklace, and not in the crack, on the car. Yeah, all the Ferrat necklace, they can occupy the car, they come in and sit down. But with the innocent people, why we know our job facility, our children on our house in college. Now the business we're doing to sustain our children. Just like Waka Kino care and they can rescue. What I say we should fight for our children future. They don't want our children future. They can damage our children future. If they love the citizen and they don't want riot, police or soldier, nobody can stop us. Because I will get their own children. None brought them. They're not supporting children. With their mother, with their husband, with their everything. There's some of them without educated. Let's step back in. Some of the dip on them were poo. Some of them were not weapon. We're going to medicine man was when you come into our market, we'll plan your eye, we will cripple you. Baba signal will whistle on you because we fell out with that nonsense in their country. Yeah, don't say I can rescue them, one care or slow them. I can't do that. So security, they keep my police, they keep my police, they keep my awareness. I don't care about the job and on the street. That people from Ferrat office and they can come our son. I want them to make it. Yeah, they like
Somebody won't talk to Somebody won't talk to you want to speak up. You put a minute to speak up. Somebody won't talk to you want to speak up. You put a minute to speak up.
Good is better and your best is best. You have done absolutely nothing. And our prime purpose in this life is to help others. Help others just in whatever way you can. It must be a prime purpose, not to increase hardship, suffering, deprivation, starvation, the importation and imposition of starvation on the people, kicking the people further down into poverty. And if you can help them, at least don't hurt them. Mr. Bwakai, let's agree you can't help this country. Let's agree you can't change anything. Let's agree you can't develop this country. Let's agree Mr. Bwakai is incapable to effect any meaningful transformation in Liberia. Our appeal to this old 79 years old Baptist deacon is to please not hurt our people. Please do not hurt the people of this country, Mr. Joseph Sleepy Bwakai. Time so hard, time so wrong, and everybody going crazy. Parents are confused. Families are left in complete disarray with the news that the Liberian government has succumbed to what they consider a cartel running or detecting the rice industry. The Liberian government has failed and have succumbed to the cartel and have left the Liberian people hope and aspiration for full security with their dictates of the cartel. Who are those part of the cartel? Why has the government allowed the will of the cartel? These are critical things you have to take your time and spend time with us this morning to understand. Beyond the news about the increment in the price of the nation's staples rice, how did it happen? How did we get here? The things you want to focus on are the things you want to unpack. And this morning, we're going to spend time, sufficient time, unpacking these complexities so that you will understand exactly the trickery, the corny attitudes by those criminals in power. I like to call them criminals in power because by all measures, they have proven to be criminals. The records of the past is there, and the current dealings now, They stole $22 million from the Liberian people cover under the guise of repairing our roads. Today, our roads are left in tatters. They also stole 41 million United States dollars from the Liberian people covers under the guise of ensuring the implementation of a 100-day promise that the president has made in setting the stage. And that money was stolen. And the president is a chief culprit in stealing broadly from the people of this country. A pleasant good morning to all of you, those of you in the diaspora, our friends, our fans, our followers, and even those of you who do not like the things we say, the way we say the things we say. It's good to have you join us this morning for breakfast. There are too many things to talk about, lots of things going on in the country, and of course, this is where you get the analysis of those issues making the news in Liberia for you this morning on the nation's premier breakfast platform, the Freedom Money Rise on Freedom 87.9. What else in the rest industry of our country to ensure that the people interest with me? When I say the president, I mean George Weah, not Bwaka, an accidental president, and you all know for sure. This man was given the presidency. This old man did not win anything here. They stole the process and the goodwill. I don't know if it qualifies as a goodwill, but George Weah decided to give this man, very old, desperate old man who was prepared to do anything wicked for the presidency, just give this old man this thing that he wants to die for, and let's make progress. So that was the case. And this old man was dashed our presidency. The old man has come here now, and this is what's happening. This is the Joseph Boakai Liberia. Well, nothing seems working. Everything is breaking down. The country is in complete disarray. Lack of leadership. Nobody seems to be in charge. Everybody doing their own thing. You go to the port, you go to the LPRC. Kun is taking his Ghanaian BM friends, bringing them to dictate and playing a lead role in the petroleum sector of our country. So and very soon, the cartel in the petroleum industry who announced to the government, Mr. President, let me tell you, let me be frank with you. I know you can sit down there, you'll be sleeping and doing all kinds of things. But let me tell you, Mr. President, we are putting the prices. So who's running the country? Who is actually in charge of the country? Becomes the question and the concern. Folks, this is the Freedom Money Rise on Freedom 87.9. My name is Abu Sharif, and of course it's good to be here. And together, let's have And so we will take this break. We'll come stop for Liberia, our official sponsor and partner, and when we come back, the fire begins.
It's about music. There are crowds in many places. In every community, you know, you can see. So if you see pride, don't tell her in your hands, all the real authority. But it can't take your luggage. Crime Stopper here for us. Bringing safety to your door. Whether you rich or you poor. If you see a you not talking, I mean you check. You wait for your safety. If you see a don't keep it. I'm a part of the boy. Crime Stopper, the people bringing safety to your door. Crime Stopper, stopping crime and make it peace for them before. Crime Stopper, Liberia, from the center to interior. Crime Stopper, keeping ourselves, let's stop it for all of us. Crime Stopper, the people bringing safety to your door. Crime Stopper, stopping crime and make it peace for them before. Crime Stopper, Liberia, from the center to interior. Crime Stopper, keeping ourselves, let's stop it for all of us.
Crime Stopper Liberia is here for you. Remember, you see it, you report it. This is a message from your own self-opener, Gomez Sion.
Crime Stopper. The people bringing safety to your door. Crime Stopper. Stopping crime and make it peace for them before. Crime Stopper Liberia. From the center to interior. Crime Stopper. Keeping us safe, let's come crime for all. Crime Stopper. The people bringing safety to your door. Crime Stopper. Stopping crime and make it peace for them before. Crime Stopper Liberia. From the center to interior. Crime Stopper. Keeping us safe, let's come crime for all.
Crime Stopper Liberia is proudly the official sponsor of the Freedom Money Rising Freedom 87.9, and thanks a lot for everything. So yes, folks, we are back. We're back on the farm. We're back to do what we love to do. And we're back to look in the faces of those our leaders who have chosen to be reckless. We're back to look in their faces and tell them what they do not expect, what they sometimes feel. There's nobody in the country that will tell them that. We are prepared to take the risk for you. We are prepared to take the risk for the benefit of all of us. So yes, it was on Saturday over the weekend. It was on Saturday over the weekend. I was home and I received this call about a situation in the Jacobtown Somalia Drive corridor, particularly the Black Gina area there. And so I really did not know what was going on because I had no prior knowledge about any such. So immediately I hung up with the person, and then I decided to place some calls. And then when I did, it got confirmed that the situation was very tensional. And then I started receiving videos, photos, and all these things. And it was very scary and intimidating, right? With how the situation was. And this was particularly, I'm told, there has been this long-standing quote or laying issue in that place involving the chief imam of the entire district number 2 or Jacobtown area there, Sheikh Sise, right? Imam Sise, Ismail Sise. So this land issue has been since Ellen was president. So sometimes when we tell you, and leaders have to be very meticulous in how they approach particular issues, how they deal with it, but and stuff like that. You have to be able to wait with matters and know how you can approach it one year, how you can deal with it one year. So the Ellen period came, and then they went back and forth. Negotiations were being made, interventions were being made. All right. So interventions were made and all that, but still there was no understanding. I mean, no final conclusion. It transferred to President Weah era, right? It transferred to President Weah era. During President Weah era, sorry. During President Weah era, the issue came up again, and then they went to court, blah blah blah. So President Weah and the government intervened. They prevented it because of what the public could understanding all the factors and everything that was happening around there. This man is the chief imam of that place, and according to what I have gathered, he paid for that place over 30 years or so, thereabout. Apparently, he might have purchased from the wrong person or the person not with the full power of Anthony, and to deal in the business. But yes, he did it. It has been this many years, and he has carried out investment. He has built a school, and that school has been impacting knowledge, has been educating the young people, has been contributing to the capacity development of our society for many, many years, for almost 20 years or more. Some of the products from that school now are very strong activists. Some of them are community leaders. Some of them are youth leaders, student leaders. They are all here contributing their quota to the well-being of the Liberian society. Credit to his creation, his innovation, and he has been there on that plot of land. He has other institutions that he's running there, a madrasa, contributing to the spirituality of our community and all that. So all these things he has developed there. He has built his home. His family has been there. His children and everybody. That's where they know to be home for that period. But yet, the law is the law, and we all respect that. So according to what I have been able to ascertain, recently the court took a decision, the court ruled in favor of a lady who has come from America, blah, 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 and has laid claim to the properties. So the court ruled in her favor. But now, understanding everything that has happened from our witnesses and people in the community, they've said, okay, it has come to a point where understanding everything, the old men have said, plus other people, that, oh, madam, let's compensate you in ways, or let's rebar this property owing to everything that has happened. Our leader here, we understand, but we're not saying, oh, the brother is, but we really, whatever valuation you want to give it, we'll pay. So they've been back and forth on that one, but other people have been there inciting the woman, and there are other factors. They say, oh, the man are imam, the man get mosque there, he get this, that, blah, blah, blah. So let's move it. But the court, the law, the state has to come in at that point. For what? The sake of the public good. Now, giving that land to that woman, how does it enhance public safety? And even her own personal safety, in the face of the danger and all the risks associated, because this thing has been dragging for long. Smart leaders there, where they will intervene, they will seize the matter, and they will say, oh, let's resolve it. We know this is what the court have said, but we are all one people, we are communion. Let's come sit down. Oh, Madam XYZ, okay, this is it. But can we give you this? Can you find somewhere else who will pay for it? We'll do this, we'll do that. We all come to an understanding around that, we sit down, so that we do not see some of what. So you see, Ellie prevented what happened on Saturday. George Weah prevented what happened on Saturday. But Boakai, as president, sat there and we saw what happened on Saturday. If it was not, and some of you don't understand these things, and you're passing around, you're making politics out of everything and being, sarcastic about just everything, anything. No, it goes beyond that. This is a leadership problem. What happened? Because this thing, not new, something like the place on there, the Catholic Junction situation. But this one has been ever since in the court. Leaders have been playing around it, dealing with it, trying to find other mitigating solutions and all that. But boom, the sleeping old man comes to power, and everything has gone loose. People's homes are being demolished. So everybody sees this as the opportunity to go after the poor people and remove them and take their lives backward. Exactly. So now, what interests me most to talk about this particular one is the corroborating narratives we continue to receive as to why this issue was picked up, and then an instruction was given for them to move in and do what happened on Saturday. We are not saying the woman now, she not carry code, the code not say this, but the way other leaders handle the thing to manage it for public safety, for security, for serenity and calm, right? We believe that Mr. Boakai must inherit it that way and either do it better and further achieve a lasting solution to that problem, then creating a situation where people will lose their properties were damaged, people were injured. Who pay for all those things? Who pays for them now? When leadership was just supposed to be used to arrest the matter and DOA a little differently. That was not done. So now we are told, during the election, everybody had their own choices and decisions to make. And so Imam Sise has been a very, very, grateful old man. A very, very sincere old man. In the face of all the deceptions and, double standards where you find other religious stakeholders, they will go ahead, they will go to the government, they go collect money, they do this, they buy around, they start playing games. This man insisted that he will remain a God-fearing man and will remain sincere. When he gave his word to this person, he remained with them. He stays with them, he can do business with anybody, but the way somebody expect that he will go to President We Are Today, go take information from there, then when they go to Joseph Baka meeting, go open all everything there, they message him by a hand inside out. He refused to do this kind of thing. He did not do double standard. So people branded him to be Church We Are Imam, CDC Imam. That's what they did. Just to castigate this man and reduce his moral standing. You see? Right? But these so-called religious or whatever leaders, the double standard, the corrupt, and individuals in the community purporting to be, so they were the one being very political and doing all sort of things. They were there working as agents. Imagine imams being used as political agents and tools. We saw it. Oh yeah, we know. And the pusher will start calling their names. For me, my eating pen in anybody's house. And the only thing I fear under this song is God. Because you know what? It's God's waves I have no control over. But my fellow man, I have every means and capacity, right, to repel. So I am not afraid of human being. I'm afraid of God. So you can get a beer, a bar, all inside your nose, it can in your ear and go inside your eyeball. That's your damn business. I really don't care. Once I'm saying the truth, I care less. So when you push we'll call the names, for all we know, those corrupt, very deep-seated corrupt characters purporting to be imams, and these are the agents of division in our communities, and they are there. So these ones were there playing this double standard and order, and the imam remained firm. So when they branded the man, the same way they branded all of us. All of us will be genuinely objective to the national discourse, right? So brand man say, man, I see the same. So we are being told that the action on Saturday was sanctioned by higher ups in the Unity Party government and given green light because Imam Sise is believed to be a CDC imam. This is bad. This is not how justice is supposed to be implemented. We know when the court says something, but the man is a respected leader in the community, in the country, and he must be treated as one and not as a partisan or partisan X, Y, Z. This is barbaric, it's unacceptable, and Baka must call his people to order. Baka himself must be called to order, and that's what we are doing. So, for all of you that sit in other places and listen to different interpretation, you do not understand. So the community people say, oh no. So basically, they saw, according to the information, they saw the police coming in the man's home, throwing the man's properties out, putting a family outside. And for God's sake, man, right? They all came to the rescue of their leader. And that will happen anywhere. It will happen anywhere. That's why government must know where they're going, how they're supposed to go there, what and who they're supposed to carry along. You couldn't do that kind of thing. You put politics inside, you spoil the whole thing. And that's what we said. Gregory Coleman management and running of the police is dangerous. There's a time bomb. That brother will explode and something will happen in the time. He's politically overzealous. And every action he's taking is politically advised and ordered. You send the police, you endanger the police life. They went King George. They end up killing Liberians. You rather just send the people out. You send them, Kelly Johnson again, they started beating poor Liberians and all that. Is that the only way you know to arrest situation? No. Is it the prerogative of the police to go inside people's house and start throwing their thing outside? And like that extra message is given. Now, when the people start the young boys, I say, but then they want you will stop it. You follow the right procedure. In fact, you get out. I do not support that. But again, that something can cause something to happen. And the only advice I get for old man Bwaka is to stop being political about everything. Bwaka, everybody did not come to the world to support you, and everybody will never support you. Everybody will not support you. And you can be wicked and selfish to everybody because you have a record that they did not support you. And your actions and dealings as president, right? Something some of us don't even respect, right? Cannot be tailored on targeting people because they did not support you. You think that everybody will support you. Some of us will not even let you. We're not supporting you. Me, I don't let you as president. I do not like Bwaka as president. We can find any other human being in the country who made him president, I agree. But Bwaka, no. Bwaka is the most incapable human being to ever exist on the field. The man who cannot take care of his own life. All the money he worked for, everything you're passing around, people are raising money for it. The man is not a good example, and that's why I do not like him. I don't like Bwaka for president, as president. And even if we bring election 1,000 times in this country, I have a dead body that's laying on that, my dead body will not still vote for Bwaka. Will not even consider encouraging people to vote for Bwaka. Bwaka is a disaster all by himself. All by himself. He is. That's who he is. Right? And it is not a bad thing if you do not support Bwaka. Nobody should make you feel like it is a bad thing that you do not support Bwaka. If it is an honorable thing if you do not support Bwaka because you are on the right side of history. You are on the right side of history in spite of the fact that, oh yeah, they have power now and they're giving jobs out and things are high, blah, blah, blah. I know you will not get, some of them will even get gas and things, but yeah, it's okay. How long is it going to be for? 6 years, it will be over. I know it's, oh yeah, 6 years, now 6 days. Yes, we know. But we prefer that than standing with the devil. I prefer enduring the pains of 6 years, the hunger of 6 years, the brokenness of 6 years, than to do business with the devil. And you see, so it's equated to that. You have to understand. The men who target other people, take bread from other people's table, chastise other human beings, right? Send arms people on them in protection of a concession. Kill people and justify the killing and pay $5,000. You expect me to stand with that man? You kill the human beings, you kill your own citizens, then you tell your minister of state to carry 5,000 and give it to the family. That is an insult. And you expect me to say, no, look at the leadership, conclusion, and judgment of this old man. So these are the problems, and this is what you saw. Thanks to the young people in Jacobtown, in Black Gina, right, for the fact that that situation did not degenerate further into chaos. Oh yes, they handled the situation very maturely and meticulous in their actions and dealings. Forget about what you saw or what you have been told. The kids, because I went there, right? So now it is a warning to the police and Bwaka to proceed legally and adapt measures that favors the public good. Measures means that favors the public good, not his political aggrandizement. No. So because you want status quo, all the people that and somebody say, oh, but yeah, instead of the man accepting pickup from former president he's supposed to go settle his land business. You see, these are all politics. So some of you are angry because the man was gifted a pickup. What is a pickup? For an imam to be, and some of you are Muslims, but because you wear that political, sense and things. So you say, you're angry, you say, why did the man accept the pickup? The man should go settle his land business. I sat down and somebody opened their dirty mouth and they're talking like that. Just imagine. Say that pickup business, and he said, right? What's the relationship? The man gave him a gift. What does that have to do with leader coming in and say, oh, this man is a spiritual leader? So we can't handle this man anyhow. But because the president is interested in disgracing the man and supporters and Unity Party folks in the district, in the community, and at the national executive committee level of the Unity Party are interested in disgracing this man. Let me tell you the people they want to disgrace. They want to disgrace the man. They want to disgrace the Mufti, the actual Grand Mufti of the Republic of Liberia, who was politically robbed. This man has the knowledge, he has the contact, he has made the impact, he has the connection. The people know the man. How do you make somebody leader of the people that the relationship is not there? You say the people must accept because the new government in power. How you run religion? Sometimes we try to be something about the whole thing, but the way you can do it is not correct. You take another man, you put him there. His voice is missing. His physical presence is not seen. We do not see the actual representation that's supposed to involve a muftiship is not present any longer. It's the impact. Abu Bakr Sumaru, aside from whatever you want to say about him, has been an increasingly impactful old man in the Muslim community. He has been involved in education. He has been involved in health. He has been in social welfare. He has been involved. Too many things he's been involved with. Why sometimes you can be so political, you don't look at the good side of everything. You know how many schools the old man has created across the length and breadth in all regions of this country? How many mosques, masjid he has built? How many clinics he has built? That impact. Recognize impact, and then you reward leadership. But you don't do leadership based on political preference. And then you have a leader, and that is why a great segment of the Liberian population, Muslim population, recognize Abu Bakr Sumaru as the Mufti, the Grand Mufti of the Republic of Liberia. Because ever since they had that quasi-illegitimate, unconstitutional effort, politically inspired action to remove and hijack the main position for him, the whole office has been dead. The whole office has no impact. Anytime you hear anything signed about it has to come from Abu Bakr Sumaru, and this is what happened when you put politics into religion, into the running of religion, into running everything. So the action in Jacobtown, this is it. This is our thought on it. Mr. Barker should stop targeting people because of the decisions they make. It was constitutional, and it is their inalienable rights. It's each of us inalienable rights to make our political decision and choose our sides. And we have the constitutional backing and support to associate and disassociate, to decide who you want to be friend with, who you don't want to be friend with, and we must not be witch hunted or targeted because of those. We thought to see that. Now, let's go to our main. Right. Let's go to our rice conversation, beginning with let's start with Amin Mudad. And I like some of the justifications that Mr. Mudad was putting up. That's just excerpt. I'm going to play excerpts from Amin Mudad's press conference yesterday.
Unfortunately, today, I'm here to highlight some of these achievements and some of these activities, but also address one of the major issues that have been in the press in the last 2 days, which is the issue relevant to the price and availability of rice on the market. So I will get into that shortly. But let's start by saying over the last couple of months, we've aggressively tackled the issue of audits. What they were requesting for. We called him, we had a meeting with the Indian ambassador, and he did verify that indeed the Indian government had imposed the 20% surcharge And since then,
wait. I mean,
engaging in this implementation for Liberia.
The Indian government had. The Indian government verified that they had, right?
The Indian government, if there's any mitigating action, we will brief the public about it. While we're discussing this, India imposed another 4% surcharge. So that brought it up to 24%.
And he's playing smart. He's not calling the date. He's not calling the date of all these Indian government actions.
Between then and now, there were rumors of shortage of rice. Any shortage of rice in the market. It is our obligation not only to ensure that products of foodstuff, essential foodstuff and rice are available on the market, but also that the price are affordable. So in that process, we engage the rice importers. We send our inspectors out. We inspected all the warehouses to verify the stock of rice in the market. We were able to verify that the rice issue around self-sustainability, self-sufficiency, unless we are able to grow our own rice. There will be continued exogenous factors, continued issues globally from financial to real crisis that will impact rice and the prices of rice and other commodities in the market. We must $1 million a year. Our recommendation to the president, which he supports, is that amount, a comparable amount, should be dedicated annually towards rice production. If every year you allocate between 50 cents per bag to 75 cents per bag, which amounts to $6 million to $9 million per year, instead of giving that to the rice importers, we can empower the local production of rice and other commodities. And we're in discussion with that. So, from $20, it has been a hard decision. We'll have to take the rice price up to $18.50 starting tomorrow. In our discussions with them, it is predicated on the continuation of this.
How can you say from $20 to $18.50?
And at any point in between, we're able to reduce that cost and other global factors. And we're able to reduce some of the inherent costs, which we believe we can. Already we see room for reduction of charges at the port, charges at the APM terminal, method charges, charges from the shipping lines that are considerable now, and there are other charges that we can impact that price. And they are willing to sit with us at the table. Now let me also highlight here, that price increase is only towards the 5% Indian platform rice.
Okay, thank you very, very much, my friend. I think because a lot of people have been asking as to whether this is just another Facebook, regular Facebook phrase and other, or is a political propaganda. Say, somebody asked me yesterday, did the government actually increase rice price? Did the government, or it has just increased by itself? Or you mean the government actually held a press conference to announce that Liberians now will be buying rice price higher than what they are buying it currently? So they kept asking me these things. So I promised that I was going to play it so that they will hear from the horse's mouth. That man you heard talking is the commerce minister of Liberia. This is the man President Boakai preferred for our commerce and industry sector. And when this man was being nominated, we raised the red flag on some very key and sensitive issues and self-entrapping and realities that who have impacted or greatly affected the efficiency of this man's job, particularly at the benefit of the common people. We felt this man was too entangled, was too entrenched into the business sector, that bringing this man, he will be most likely empathetic with the business community because he shared the background, and beyond that, he will also be more empathetic towards the Indian and Lebanese because he also shared in that background. So you see, we felt this man was conflicted. We could find somewhere else to put this man, but putting this man here who have rendered our commerce and industry, vulnerable to a lot of things, because at the end of the day, it comes before a man who has loyalties and commitments with the different actors and the different players, right? This man is connected with the Indian and Lebanese. This man is connected with the general business community. This man is a stakeholder in the business industry of our country. This man we said these things. We brought these things up so that the senators will pick in on it, but yet they did not do it because the senators themselves were busy sharing jobs, recommending cronies, and all that. So they had no political standing to challenge any of Mr. Barker's preference for wherever, however, in spite of the realities, in spite of the risks and dangers associated. Here we are. We've gone nowhere in this government here, and the ugly hairs of what we predicted, about exactly what the environment, the atmosphere are going to be like, and the factors that are going to determine for all of us. This is it. Ami Moda is conflicted. Ami Moda is a businessman, that Lebanese man. He uncle them bringing right in the country. He part friend and bringing right in the country. Their business got to go up, and they get investment in India. They want support, or in Lebanon they want support. They may don't want to be seen as a stumbling block. This man, you take our very, very, very important sector, you give it to a conflicted citizen. This man is conflicted. The man has shared identity. The man loyalty is not unique. The man loyalty, the man allegiance is divided. He has divided allegiance, whether spoken or unspoken. It is natural. This man allegiance is there are a lot of factors. The same way traditional, we got our tradition, our uncle then can come and stuff. The Indian people, the Lebanese people get their own. The day the man, uncle, and the man, pa, old friend, and put together a business boy goes in my son, the joy you get here, he's not there to suppress or that man will look at the thing. He hurting you, the Lebanese people. We're telling you everything you're joking with. You're saying here, we're telling you, Mr. Baga are taking bad decision because Ami Moda were prepared to sell a property to him. So you see, Baga is a selfish old man. Very selfish. He does not care about you. That whole rescue jargon was going only for him because his life was in the waters. So he needed to be rescued. And he has successfully been rescued. And this is it. Anybody you see trumpeting Brackeye are people who are directly benefiting from Brackeye. But it is not supposed to be like that in the country, right? Irrespective of whether you're directly connected to anybody in government, right? On the basis of the government's, progressive policies, deliverables, you will be supporting them. But now in our country, the only people you see supporting Braga are people who are directly benefiting or connected or have some kind of job, some kind of recommendation somewhere, or are expecting some kind of contract somewhere. You can't run a country like that. And these are in the bare minimum. When you quantify the number of people who are in this category, they are very small. A small group of people. So you see, we can all sit and swallow our frustration because few people passing around, they are expecting contract or they get contract, blah blah blah, and then and all that. So they say the rescue mission contract. Can you imagine? Right? One of my own big brother. I will not call his name, right? I remember prior to the election, he came. Oh, he used to complain about everything in the country. Oh, the traffic, the this, the that. You're passing around. You'll be complaining about everything. That the man posting now is saying, "Oh, the rescue mission on course," because he is included in the government. He has an appointment. So you see how people can be selfish. Me, I'm calling a name. But I'm just telling you how Liberians can sometimes be very, very selfish at times. once they are there, they do not care about you anymore. It's about them. This man that was the lead advocate for how disorganized Liberia is, how Liberia today is way different from what Liberia used to be, blah, blah, blah in front. So for him, all those things gone away now. Liberia is on course because Baga has appointed him. So you see the hypocrisy, you see the insincerity, you see why it's difficult to look up to anybody in Liberia as what kind of role model. That was some of our role models there. For us, we found them on the television. Because in real life, the people here, everybody is refusing to stand for something. Everybody is refusing to stand for principle. Yeah. How out of a sudden, you can be the lead praise singer now. The government are not even started yet. I have started on a lot of terrible and embarrassing note. And then you develop the courage. You develop the courage to go on and say the country is on course. On course where? On course where? Huh? So on course where? In your stomach, in your pocket, or in your bedroom is the country on course? Because we are all feeling the pinch of the suffering that has been imposed as a result of this old man as leader of our country. There's something I want to read for us before we go into Amin Moda. Amin Modapa would deal with him the money. Will not deal with him, but will expose the stupidity in everything they said. He and Pwaka will expose them. So let me read what the former commissioner Len Eugene Nangbe wrote. You know, this morning I spoke about political will and the power it has to do a lot of things, and the fact that we're missing out and plenty because of the absence of political will. And so Len Eugene Nangwe wrote on yesterday, in response to the government announcement about increment, in response to the government pronouncement about increment in the price of rice on the market, he said, how did we keep rice affordable and available? Why UP cannot and will not? You see? Right? And that is a basic fundamental question that each of us must be asking ourselves. Right? That each of us must be asking ourselves. Right? That each of us must be asking, but how come that most of what has been referenced by the government are not things that just happening from the blue? In fact, these are crossover challenges, global, factors, right? Crossover global factors, and for the government now to be using those as excuses to increase burden on the common people, for us is a disgrace, is a shame. So usually asks the most fundamental and basic question. Say, okay, assuming I don't know what is going on, but let me just ask the most common question that anybody will ask down Waterside, Redland, Douala, just wherever. Even the old lady selling her coal, right behind her coal plastic will ask, how did we keep rice price affordable and available between 2017 to all the way 2020 before, not even 2020, but 2021, 22, before it was even pushed up to $16.50. How did we manage to do that? And now Bwaka is unable and the Unity Party cannot. Becomes the basic questions that anybody, upon hearing the news, the first thing you ask yourself is, what did we do differently that kept the rice price affordable in the face of all these exogenous factors as referenced by the government? Whether it's the Ukrainian crisis, whether it's the COVID, whether it's the Indian government policy on the parboiled rice, the 5% parable rest, whatever the case. Now, let's go further. He goes on. President Weah kept the price of rice affordable and available at $17 tops. That means the highest it ever reached while Weah was president was $17. And that's at the latter part of Weah's presidency. The last minute of time, the injury time of Weah presidency, that's when you even started paying for rice, $17. That means the 25 kg rice. At top. $14 per the first 4 years. It wasn't 14, it was 13. $13 for the first 4 years of Weah presidency. 4 years straight from 2017 all the way to what? 2021. You all pay $13. You enjoy your $13 rest. You're passing around the same rest Baka coming set to you for $20. You enjoy it for $13 for 4 years. That we are kept it there. The records are there and they are undisputable. And you understand? You gotta understand why we are managed to keep the rest press that like that. It's not because the war are happening, labor was excluded, or the COVID are happening, labor was excluded. In the first place, COVID came, all these things were happening, the global impact, blah blah blah. We are still temple to go sit down when you're still paying them. Human being can be ungrateful. And I don't know. But let's, those times are over. Right? 17 after the Indian tariff. It went to $17 because the Indian government took a decision. I have that release here and I will read it for you. Your dates are also there on the different changes and intervention the Indian government made. Then it became a little difficult for the authority here to insist on. So, if we haven't had the president gift in, but yet it was gradual. Oh, Baka and all started passing around, start talking loosely like he always did, having no clue. He wasted a year as vice president. He know nothing about international politics, global affairs, and commerce, trade, and all these things. Yet around start talking all kind of things. Oh, remember that when I become president, I'll make sure prices are stable and affordable. Yeah. You're not even President Google you. You're not even President Google you because Jeremiah Cohn is carrying out your functions. In most cases, is usurping your functions, taking decisions, making representation while you're there sleeping, taking steroids. Right? He did that not by magic. President Weah did not keep the price of rice $13 for 4 years by magic or because President Weah got that leave from hearing and divinely intervened and kept no. It did not happen that way, right? Let's listen to what Eugene say President Weah did. He did that due to political will. Let me define what political will is for our people out there who basically who not understand it just just like that, right? Let me define what it means when they say political will. My people, a big word, but it's very, very powerful. Political will is defined as the extent of committed support among key decision makers for a particular policy solution to a particular problem. Right? Political will is defined as the extent of committed support. That means the passion and the interest that you carry and the conviction that you wear, the love that you carry for your people, and the kind of care you have for your people and the willingness you have inside you, aside all of the other factors, that willingness, that love, that compassion that you carry, that pushes you, right, to ignore all of the political correctness, to ignore all of the bureaucratic bottlenecks and say, no, this thing here is at the center, at the core of my consideration. So I am taking this decision on the basis of the fact that this is very, very genuine and important to me. When I do that, when a political actor is willing to commit precious time, right, energy, funds, and political capital to achieve what? Change. And you're listening? You're listening because some of y'all, sometimes these things we're having class, that session we're having now, right? What is actually lacking now that President William did that kept rice, the rice are supposed to be so ever for 20 now because the same reason they're giving, that the same reason that ban existing, right? The rice that you're supposed to be buying since 2017, 2018 for $20, $21, just like it was in Sierra Leone, Guinea, and other places, right? It took what? Political will. And what is political will? I have defined what is political will, and I'm extending and expanding my definition to also let you know that when a political actor is willing to commit precious time, energy, funds, and political capital to achieve change, that's what you call political will. To achieve what? Change. To achieve what? Change. That means you have to change from the worst to the better for the people good. The public what? The public good. Right? Then it takes what? Political will. Because at that point, you have to exhibit extra commitment, extra time, extra willingness, extra energy, extra fund. That extra funds comes where? From what you will consider as the president releasing or committing and supporting through what? Subsidies. Subsidizing to ensure change that benefits the common people. That political will can make you do that. But if the leader lacks political will, has little interest and willingness to commit his time, his energy, and his funding, or his funds, and of course political capital to achieve the needed change for the people, then you have a very insensitive leader who buys in to the demands of the political cartel. And you understand? So that's how it is. And that's all you have to know. When she or he is prepared to take risks and to incur opportunity cost to the end. Hey God. Folks, they break it down. So this is what Mr. Weir had that Baka is lacking. This is the reason why even us that supported Weir frown and say, oh, Mr. Weir, why are you giving the people ain't no subsidy? The people still they will be doing it. So the man said, no. My people, you're listening. It's about the Liberian people, not about your intellectual opinions. Oh, yes. Our intellectual opinions backed by facts were ignored because we were giving references and cases, right? And these things were working. But the man said, no, because he had extra political will different from the scenarios we were bringing into play. So what did President Weir do as a government? Right? He demonstrated the willingness, the preparedness to take risks. And some of these risks cost even his re-election. To take risks for who? The Liberian people. You know, keeping the rest price as $13 for 4 years running, right? You know how much government of Liberia lost? You know how much President Weir will have gained and used to do other things? But he did it for you. He did it for the poor people. Baka said, no, he can't. Say that thing Weir did? No, he will never ever do it. If you can't afford rest, go buy cassava, go eat. You can get kosher alcohol at your business. Right? You can get buried at your business. You can get anything. I want it up to you. All he knows is his money. Right? We can simply conclude that she or he is exhibiting political will. Political will. Right? By taking the risks to, and of course, incur opportunity costs. To you, the economists, you know what that is. Opportunity cost to the end, right? We can safely conclude that she or he is exhibiting political will, and that's exactly what Eugene was referencing here when he said, how did President Weah do all of that? For 3 years, maintain the price of rice for $13, and of course, in the latter part of his tenure, push it up to $17. Upon the Indian government pronouncement of increment in surcharge or whatever they will call it, President Weah managed to do this not by magic but by political will. And I have painstakingly defined what it means to carry political will as a president or a leader. The current leadership don't have that. The current leadership is not even waiting to demonstrate that. The current leadership is not prepared to take risks for you. The current leadership is not prepared to spend a cent for you. The current leadership is not interested in doing anything for you. No, it's about them, their pockets. They must realize more money in the budget so that they will be able to top up their salaries and their benefits. Wait and see what happens in the next years for Baka and his officials. Baka know he is not seeking re-election. He's cheering his family. Everybody know. So he's cheering there, doing business. But we'll come to the cartel. Now, the importers never sold rice above $17 due to a cocktail of deliberate, well thought out policy measures of tariff reduction. Listen to this. What did we do? What did we do? 1 minute. What did we do, folks? What did we do? Yeah, little distraction. Now, the importers never sold rice above $17 due to a cocktail of deliberate, well thought out policy measures of tariff reduction. So Mr. Weah sat his people in the room and put their brains to work. And have conversations around the tariff issues, because that was a bottleneck. Importers will complain about that and stuff. So well thought out policy measures of tariff reductions. Subsidies, like I told you, the political will allow the leader to wear the willingness to sacrifice monies on behalf of the people. And there where subsidy comes in. The president said, okay, reducing tariff, President Weah said reducing tariff is not sufficient, but I will also provide subsidy for you, the importers, some of the expenses that you're talking about, to cover them up so that you maintain the rice price at a point where my people will be able to afford. This is what we saw in the leader. This is how we supported the leader. And this is why we felt the people should have elected this man again. But yet, some of you did not understand. And you felt, oh, we were just all about it for ourselves. And what did we even get? What are we even getting? Absolutely nothing. It's just by heart. Just by heart. Absolutely nothing. Right? Now, an elimination of manifold bottlenecks at the port. The different bottlenecks that were put at that port there to get money to support the Unity Party hegemony. When the CDC came, they had to take action to eliminate these bottlenecks. Constraining bottlenecks impeding the smooth business environment around the rice, blah, 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 other issues at the port, i.e., scheduling priority for rice ships to avoid demurrage. So they have all the bottlenecks so that when the ship bringing rice incur demurrage, it will be transferred and added to the rice price, and then they will justify the increment of. You see, so all these things, the president side and Georgia side, Baka has not had meeting about these things here. Baka is a dull old man, very dull, empty-headed, all for nothing. That's what he is. That's what he is. How did you all bring this man to be president? How did you all? Why did he do this to the country? Huh? So the man said, let's move it on. He didn't even stop that. He upgrade of offloading equipment to shutting, docking, turnaround time. And what? Lighting of the port to enable berthing at night, etc. So all these things, some of you say now, oh, Jawia did not do nothing, Jawia. The backlog of challenges. And I see those fully visionless kids was sent to NTA, even though they got our own issue with NTA passing around whole day, they just be taking old bosses picture, didn't get vision, right? You know what is CDC inherited from your 12-year misrule? You know probably 12-year misrule? I'll change all the 1 year to me. So when you saw you were buying rare for $13, that a teenager weird deal. All the nonsense they were doing in that put, the young brother had to come. Brother intervene. The brother sat the people down, took real man decisions. Real man decisions that saw the government lost millions. But said no, because he had the political will in these matters, because it mattered to the Liberian people, the common people. So he said, I will do this for you, the people, in as much as this will cost my government, right? That's that opportunity cost. That's how the president did it. President, we are convened and presided over regular consultative meetings with rice importers, relevant government MACs, and relevant private sector actors to ensure that the cocktail policy for rice affordability and availability remains actionable. It was not just about words. It was not just about issuing useless executive orders. This is the government. This is the black guy who said he issued executive order relieving what thing, say duties or what thing. I don't know. Nonsense. He just sit in that place there. The children write all kind of things. They bring it before his sleepy head, and he put a pen and they take his signature. They put it there. They mean Luther Tabe just selling jobs. Grab his signature, pull it on it, selling job, and go sell job to the wrong person. We'll bring the old man. Oh, okay, y'all wait. Additionally, Liberia's designation as a whitelisted country by the United States Coast Guard after meeting the stringent RSPS requirements positively affected reputation and therefore accelerated insurance premiums. Additionally, it is hugely and deliberately misleading for the Minister of Commerce in Ami Muda to attribute this current increment, the increment by Joseph Waka. Listen, all my people, right? Listen, my people. The man said, right? The facts are that it is hugely and deliberately misleading. That means it is a big lie. I mean, what I told yesterday at the press conference, sponsored by Boakai, to go there and lie to you and fool you on why they were increasing the rice price. He said, it is hugely and deliberately misleading for the Minister of Commerce to attribute this current increment to the export tax imposed by the Indian government on rice. No, it is not. It has got no relationship. It has got no whatsoever to do with it. No connection whatsoever, because the timing are far apart, right? And it did not hold then when it was imposed. It cannot be the basis for the increment now, that after many months when such decision was taken in India. In September 2022, the first time the Indian government did anything about this thing, September 2022, the Indian government imposed the export tax on white rice, and this was extended to parboiled rice 1 year later in August 2023. The last one Army Moda was talking about was last year, August 2023. Baka had anything to do it. Baka was still campaigning. Baka used it to campaign. Baka used this one to campaign. Well, but government, that's when the government took the rapper to $17, folks. $17. Folks, are you listening? So this government is a lying government. They lie too much. They lie about everything. And they feel they can mesmerize the suffering of the people. They can intellectualize the people suffering. They can cosmeticize the people hunger. And the people will be okay with it like that. And the people will be okay. The people will clap for them. That's what they think. Now, not now. Not now. It did not happen now, folks. Hey, y'all understanding? So don't listen to the government. The government is a lying organization. The organization lies a lot. Right? So, here's it. Underlining all of this is leadership. What Judge Weah did then was leadership. For those of you who say, oh, the men don't get leadership, men took leadership in the rights issue. They want to get the rights. We go to all of the men do on our one. They want just the rights. Just the rights we are talking about. President Weah succeeded in this because he had the political what? The political will. The only one I want you to talk with me, the political what? Will. The political what? Will. This is what's lacking in old man Bwakai. And that's because Bwakai sold his own. The Indian people, the Lebanese people, they put money together. When they give it to him, they fix his house. They buy him new place. They renovating his farm in Bombay. They're doing all that. So those were the price the Indian and the Lebanese people pay for Bwakai on a political will. So he is sitting as an empty vessel. He has no political will. He has no courage. He has no authority. All he does is sit there, collect kickbacks, and sit down and does nothing. And you suffer the pinch and the breading. And that's exactly what happens. That's exactly what happens. Political, the leadership skills and zero interest in receiving what? Kickbacks. The problem is President Weah was not interested in getting kickbacks from importers. Bwakai is prepared, is responsible, and that's how the cartel has been established from the rest cartel. The UP government has zero excuse other than a complex lack of the aforementioned attributes and wherewithal. Oh yeah, and they lack the courage, the wherewithal. They lack the will, the determination. The political will is not there, right? So you see, the first time the Indian government, imposed export tariff was in what? 2022. The second time was what? In 2023, August, before the election. Baka campaigned on it. Baka said he was going to come to change that one. Then Baka comes to power. Baka used that tariff to say that, oh, the thing that happened, the way I thought, why campaign say I'm going to vote for me for that. The thing reason I say I come in all the rapper. Oh, my people, it made sense. Huh? You said in there listening to the thing. Yeah, it makes sense. The same thing the men go, I can remember how the men in Banville Estate. Banville Estate people. How much are buying right now? The men are there, the men say, oh, the rapper now go up, blah, blah, blah. The thing happened in August. Baka campaigning, they campaign on this. You voted for them on this, right? So we did not put the prayer on. We are still suppressing, managed to suppress. But Baka come back, Baka say the reason for increasing the rice bill from 1650, right, to $20 is because during Weah time, the Indian people say they will increase tariff on export. That Weah time, the decision they put to Weah time, Baka say that the reason in coming put the red press up. Are you kidding me? Are you serious? Let them point to any current. One time I said on the radio, say that's when we predicted that they were going to, because we know they were having a discussion. And our people among them were telling us they were having a discussion that they were going to increase price because government needed money. Government wanted money, and what besides, And what is as the cartel they're talking about? The cartel does not function in isolation. First of all, what is a cartel? When the government says and identifies a group of people as a cartel or an operation as a cartel operation, then you have to understand right? Right? That is when you have a group of people or an association of manufacturers or suppliers who have the purpose of maintaining prices at a high level and suppressing competition. A cartel is an organized body of people operating outside of the law, operating outside of the regulations, operating outside of the policies framework of the government to ensure that their surface interests, right, in supplies and manufacturing, that their surface interest in the purpose of ensuring that prices are always high, right, is achieved, and that they also suppress and restrict what? Competition. So sometimes when you see monopoly or you see people are trying to prevent that the cartel can impact that. But the cartel does not operate in isolation. No. The cartel does not operate by itself all like that. If you see any successful cartel, it has to be operating in cohort with elements in government. Right? With detail bearers. So now, at that point, then a coalition or a cooperation is formed between political actors and manufacturers and suppliers of particular commodity to ensure the objective of maintaining high prices and restricting competition in the industry. Because for them to do so, they need the government's backing. So when that whole thing is set up, what happens is, because it is a commission game, everybody get their commission, everybody get their cut. Higher ups in law enforcement, when you have a crime or in criminality, you have maybe armed robbery, there's a cartel. That means they're so high up in the police, in the law enforcement, that are there giving support to the gang. And they're giving support to the gang. So when the gang goes and commit these crimes, the proceeds from the crime, they whoever big man in the police or law enforcement gets their own share undercover. That's how cartel operate, right? In drug peddling, the drug cartel operates in cohort with the drug enforcement agencies across the world, all over. So you find the director, the deputy, different BB people in the drug enforcement arena that will be stakeholders in the different cartel organization, and they will be protecting legal and governmental shield for the operations of the cartel in the dark. When the cartel achieves its goal, then they get their dividend behind the scene, behind the curtains. And people play the thing. You see, God has his way of exposing and bringing the truth to light. And this is what that has happened with the Unity Party government. We told you that the things President Barker was doing, that Mr. Joseph Barker was doing, by collecting money from all kinds of people. Some of them, when we asked him for their identity, he's not willing to give their identities to us and all that. We felt it was risky, it was self-entrapping. And this is where we are, folks. This is where we are now. And of course, the cartel has grown so strong and powerful under Buckeye to a point where the cartel is dictating. And do you care to understand why the cartel has grown so very powerful? Because you know what? Baka had the willingness to include his children in government. We resisted that, right? So Baka is using two models for empowerment of his children, right? He is promoting and elevating cronies and puppets of his children friends. He taking them and putting them in key areas as symbol heads. Put them just there, they name there, and his children will be there wheeling and dealing with all of the people out there. That one way Baka seeks to empower his children and give them millions. Another way is all of the lucrative areas, whether that business, commerce, trade, mining, logging, and real estate, and all these things, all those areas, Baka children have built syndicates and connected themselves behind the scene at all the levels. So the friends they have in these industries, right? Not talking about the rest now, right? The connection they have, right? The kickbacks have all been defined and all that. So when you heard Amin Moda say the rest industry is run by the cartel and the government cannot do anything about it, it's because the Baka family now has a share in the cartel. But you really think in a country where the president really mean well, the president will be saying, or somebody will come say, oh, Mr. President, that the cartel running. That nonsense he ever tell any serious president. Right? The reason they told the president that the cartel is because the president was communicated to that his children have already secured their shares. So every $3 that is added to the rest price, for example, every $3 that is added, right? $1.50 go to the Baka family, 50 cents go to the ministers on each bag of rice. $1.50 go to the Baka family, for example. 50 cents go to Amin Moda and all the other deputies in the ministry there. They share it, right? They're not small money we're talking about. Right? They're not small money we're talking about. They may talk about 75 cents in calculated now 9 million. So you talk about just multiply. You're joking, eh? You think Baka can joke? The people say that only 6 years they get. We told you the race and the danger. They won't Baka Bennett. The whole country is shaking. This is the shaking we are talking about. The country is shaking. Oh yeah, you take the country and give it to a retired old man who has absolutely no business. Nobody Baka will steal, infinity go sit and nobody get time for him. The suffering you have to enjoy this 6 years, you will enjoy that 6 years. They want Baka Bennett, the whole country is shaking. They want Baka Bennett, the whole country is shaking. Baka that baby, Baka that baby, that baby. So this is what you have if people decide to be media critical, and people decide to be hateful, and people rest the quality national decision making on mere mediocrity. It's terrible. It's bad. Right? So is the Baka's family that's going to benefit? It's going to develop while you suffer. So the cartel Mr. Moda referenced, that cartel gonna collect the $3 increment or $3.50 increment, right? The cartel will be benefiting. The Baka family will take, for example, $1.50, Mr. Baka, right? Imagine across all the major industry and things that Baka they get $1.50. The old man is I mean, this is criminality. This is being criminal. To be old and be criminal is terrible. Very, very terrible. So $1.50 on each bag of rice. So every time you go to the market to buy your cup of rice and they tell you say $100 for one cup. Just imagine all of that $100 you're paying, $20 goes directly to Baka account. Because technically, $20 every day, no matter your condition, how you suffer, you go beg somebody give you money. When you go back up a rest for $100, $20, go to Baka. Baka say he does not care how you get that money, how you're surviving, how you're living, you will pay. Because the importers say they will not tell it, brother. Baka go to the post say, is it gentlemen, they cartel, you got to give $1.50, for example. Right? This is how the cartel operate. Cartel everywhere. This is how it operate. That percentage business, they divide it among themselves. All the people that benefiting, they divide. And Baka is the principle. You think Baka ain't get any connection. People in Baka close are going to get any connection with the increment. You think somebody able to go sit down to Mika and say, oh, the cartel has won the war? What do we have government for? What do we have the government for if the government cannot rescreen the cartel, but the cartel is now rescreening the government? My people, let me open the phone lines for you to tell us. Why did we bring the government? Why did we bring the government if the cartel will be the one to determine for us? But this is the man that promised that he will control prices. And the first one the man has to do with, the man is telling us that the cartel now will. Say, my people, the cartel say, let me read the letter the cartel wrote. They now all call the cartel, that the government called the people cartel. So let me read the letter the people wrote, the cartel wrote. That's according to Boakai. Let me grab the letter the cartel wrote. Okay. This one was written by K&K Trading Corporation, one of the importers. And the subject of this is, it was addressed to the Minister of Commerce, Honorable Minister. Subject, urgent request to increase rice price as promised. So folks, when we came here, we told you that Mr. Baka had assured the importers that he will increase rice price. You say, oh, I wouldn't not let it papi bini, there's something. Trust us, we are not getting anything from this. We're doing this for you and just you. We just decided your work. At the end of the day, we live our lives and all that. But we say, no, let's do this for you. We told you, but he said, lie. What did K&K say? The subject, urgent request to increase rice prices as promised. That means the promise you give that you add a repre or what did Baka do? And Baka then say the issue executive order to reduce repre. I mean, Muda, we try to get that recorded. I mean, Muda open a more one time, one evening, he sit down a stomach, put it on the table. He say, oh, the tariff removal is intended, is a preemptory action that will see to rescue the private. All kind of nonsense they're talking. Now, but let's go in the details of the communication. I'll be telling you, I say, oh, there's that. We are writing following our meeting with you on February 15. February 15, that was like how many weeks? 1 week, 2 weeks into Baka presidency, he met the rice importers. 2024. During our discussion, you graciously assure us of an impending increase in rice prices slated for implementation in the month of May. We greatly appreciated your attention to this matter and the consideration extended to our concerns. So you see, this increment was called for by the government. When the people went in the meeting, the government left there to jump because they were looking for money. They said, gentlemen, we basically call you here to let you know that in May, we can assure you that we'll be increasing the price of rice and all that. This is what K&K is saying. Folks, like when you're listening, you're not taking Baka seriously and you're taking the government. Support Baka the most you can. We all have no option. Support him for 6 years. Right? But the fight will remain the fight. Impending increase in rice price. Still for blah 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 implementation. We greatly appreciate your attention to this matter and the consideration extended to our concerns. However, we must bring to your attention the urgent circumstances we currently face. As you may recall, we mentioned during our meeting the arrival of our vessel, MU blah 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 blah, carrying 34,000 metric tons of Indian parboiled rice on April 21, which is currently offloading at the port of Monrovia. Regrettably, due to the price hike for rice from origin country and other operational challenges, we found ourselves in a position where it's blurred. Please bear with me, it's blurred, so I'm struggling to get them. In a position where we are selling the rice at a significant loss. This is the same language they use during President Weah time. So the rice importer on President Weah used political will to keep rice price down. They did not like it. They have not always felt good about it. The cartel have not always liked that. But President Weah used political will to suppress the cartel and allow the sovereignty of the government to reign supreme. The sovereignty of the government reigns supreme above the cartel until Baka became president and the cartel has succeeded. The situation is indeed dire, and the continued sale of rice at the current price poses a risk of incurring substantial losses for us. Therefore, we humbly urge you to expedite. We urge you to expedite the promise you gave us. You promised, you say you so we are telling you, please expedite the implementation of the price increase to minimum US $20 per bag at your earliest convenience. That I mean ready to you. That I mean pull it down. Now enter order to freedom pull it down. The earliest. KNK say, Mr. Minister, please tell Baka, you hurry up and do this thing quickly and put the rest price up to $20. You listening to the reading? Right? At the earliest convenience. Doing so will not only alleviate the financial burden on importers. So you see, the interest of the importer is to alleviate financial burden on themselves, but transfer and use the government to transfer the burden to you, the poor people. This is wickedness. If you have not seen wickedness in human form, this is what Braga has done to you all. This has been wicked. Taking the burden for all millionaires and putting it on impoverished poor people. All right? Burden on importers. But also ensure the sustainability of our operations and the stability of the rice market in Liberia. We remain committed to working closely with your esteemed ministry to address the challenges facing the rice importation sector and contribute to the economic development of our nation. Your swift action on this matter will be deeply appreciated and will underscore your commitment to supporting the business community in Liberia. Thank you for your attention to this urgent matter. Folks, now, here's the issue, right? The importers have not practically been incurring any kind of extra expenses, right? But the actions that were taken since 2022 and in August of 2023 are things that have been happening, and these people have been operating from August to the end of 2023, and from January, February, March, April in 2024, they have been operating not at any significant loss as they are claiming, right? But now they introduce this thing because this is what they wanted to have done then when the Indian government took the action, but the government of President Weah insisted, and President Weah held and put his feet down to the ground in the interest of the Liberian people and kept the rice price down. And these people have always been craving for the extra benefit. So they went in the room and had this meeting with Amin Moda and Braka's sons and representatives from the Ministry of State. And they agreed that, okay, so this is what we are going to get as per the increment, right? This is what we get as per the increment. So the government say, okay, we agree, but let's bring it down small. But the government is willing to cut. The government won't cut the importer and uno share, but maintain her uno share. So the importer and say no, it will be a fair deal when we sell it at $20. But then government say $18.50. $18.50. How much 50 cents more to make it $20? $1.50, right? $1.50 is the difference, and that is the one the government is not willing to lose on, because when the government loses that, then importers will be prepared to sell it for $1 and for $18.50. So that thing, I mean, without talking, a big lie. That's the whole plan. That's the whole thing. How do we know? Because there are people within that tell us. We will not call their names, but this government has come to exploit you, has come to steal from you. The government has come to steal from you, and the few they can steal from you, and you will clap for them. And that is the most annoying part of it all. That you are stealing from the people, and you are lying to the people, and you are misusing the resources, and you without any remorse of conscience. This is unacceptable. And Liberia must rise up. Because if you do not, if you allow these things, these are the test the mark 1-2, test the mark 1-2 situation. So they are testing your mark. They're putting the price up. And you see? So the backlash have started coming. And let me read a statement from New Delhi. We'll go to the phone line shortly. New Delhi, the 25th of August, 2023. Okay, let me come to the top. To be published in the Gazette of India, extraordinary part 2, section 3, subsection R. Government of India, Ministry of Finance, Department of Revenue, notification number 49/2023 Customs. Reads. And our dear brother Alexander Biede takes credit for this. GSRE, whereas the central government is satisfied that export duties should be levied on certain articles, and that circumstances exist which render it necessary to take immediate action. This is the statement the Indian government issued since August 2023. Now listen, come and be lying to you, and you go, you come on Facebook, some of you justify, you go in the market. Not every day you get plenty of money. Someday you get money when you go in the market, they call rapper. Then you won't be blaming the old man that are selling the rest. Listen. Now, therefore, in exercise of the powers conferred by subsection 1 of section 8 of the Customs Tariff Act 1975, 51 of 1975, hereinafter inferred to as the Customs Tariff Act, the central government hereby directs that the second schedule to the Customs Tariff Act shall be amended in the following manner, namely. In the second schedule to the Customs Tariff Act, after SR number 6B and the entire the interest relating thereto, the following SR number and interest relating thereto shall be inserted, namely. 1. 6C 2 1006301 3. Rice parboiled, that one that the category on the time. Rice parboiled 20%. And you understand? This was when? Way in August. This notification shall come into force with immediate effect. Now, so when this notification came into enforce in August, all of the necessary government adjustment that needed to be made, right, to conform to the new reality, the WIA government then adapted all of the policy changes, the policy measure, relieving, remedy, solution for importers and all that. Everything was done and then set down. So the consequence of this notification from India was addressed adequately by the WIA administration that saw the price increase to $17, and importers sat there, they agree, they say, okay, in keeping with what the changes that have been made, yes, the industry can operate at a fair and mutually beneficial level at $17. Government agreed, signed, everything. It has been so for that. Between that time to now, nothing has changed, nothing has happened differently. Nothing has happened. Absolutely nothing. There is no recent or current issue that the United Party government can show that has a trickle down on the price of rice or import expenses, right? Aside from the regular things, right? There's nothing. And besides, government has even been issuing executive order to still help them. Then they come back, they say they will add $3 there. Here's how and why the $3 is being added. Like I told you earlier, the government and sons and daughters and families of Baka knows that Baka is a 6 years, maybe 6 years president or even less. So now, they take every year or every moment in the presidency for Baka as the last moment. So they are leaving no stone unturned. Amin Moda was taken to the U.S. Business Summit there, and he was made to understand that, look, you have to do something because the family have to be getting some money from here in the interim because we just don't know when we can't predict. So Amin comes back to Monrovia, phone his Lebanese brothers, and he said, gentlemen, yeah, the president is ready to rule out. And when we got it, we started saying, oh, we're lying. To a point where the government this time does not issue circular. The government said we'll have press conference. I will go there. I will go there and tell the whole country, and then we'll go sit down. That Baka government, that rescue government, will not do nothing. So, folks, that's the background. Nothing more, nothing less. The extra increment is not going for anything. It's going to Baka and his cronies. The extra $3 that the government has placed on the rice price, my people, is not for nobody, it's for Baka, his children, and his government officials. Whether they like it, they not like it at their business, because we do not see anything that substantiate the increment like we saw. So how they come back to go back for the thing yet? When the thing happened way in August. And when it happened, the impact of that, government's on it. So because of the pressure we've been putting and everything, Baka is getting to a point he wants to agree now. So what they are going to do is apparently, and that's how you saw Amin without talking about dangle over that $18.50. So Baka called the people, say they're going to talk today. Because some of them say they're going to talk. When they come on there, they say, oh, Baka say we'll not talk. We'll sell it for $19 or $18.50. Folks, the government lacks the capacity to tackle and deal with the cartel. The only person that can deal with these things and stand for the Liberian people is the Liberian people themselves. You have to stand up, and that's all you have to do. You have to stand up. You have to stand up and insist that the government must bring the rice price back to where it was. If the government cannot bring the rice price to $13, the government must bring the rice back to $17. We all can read international news. And right now, Commerce Ministry will not do it for you. Baka will not do it for you. That you got to do it for yourself. You got to wake up. The very marketplaces, you got to wake up. You got to make noise. If you don't make noise, you will suffer. If you do not make noise, the government, Baka, will collect all those money and you will suffer. Let's go to the phone lines and pick some calls. 0776 104 104, 086 500 104. Plus 231-86-500-104 are the numbers to call, and you will be live. For those of you in the diaspora, that's what you can get us on. And the females 0770-297-016. I trust the females will be very interested in these conversations. Hello, good morning.
Yeah, good morning, my brother from Abu Dhabi.
Good morning.
Yeah, from me, I'm from Market.
Go ahead.
So I want to let your presentation this morning. You had a different party people. We don't really know what our brother saw, brother, Paul in this nation. I bought back over to my community $20. I used to buy $3,450. Yeah, rather, you have to go back to back over the American $20 US for back over rest.
Oh, so the man you went for did the bird, man.
No, the man I went for did the bird. They only struck. I said everybody like all the market to the drug community. The red brother you quit for $3,450 to $20 for $21. Oh, heavy.
Yeah, but
1 year in public administration.
Mm-hmm.
When I went for 1 year, we kept on working against that. But when we took our guns, we are not going to the nation. They did to everyone. We will not end up solving the popular get our parents are saying America like no job to do America. They take on the pass on the paper, because of the Martin and Brother. We just said to kind of stand up and do something.
Stand up and do something. Thanks a lot. From where in Josephville, let's hear you. Good morning. Good morning.
Yeah, thank you. I am actually new to this 17.
Go ahead, Archie.
Yeah, thank you for the on discussion. Thank you for your enlightenment this morning, because some of them said that the increase of the rate this particular year 2024, but since it was done on 2023, then the past government mitigated the problem.
Mm-hmm.
Then how come this particular government who claims to know all cannot mitigate the problem, and they are giving excuses to say
No, but the thing is, the problem this government is referencing was mitigated. That was saw the rice price go to $17 from $13.50 to $17. Yeah, I didn't know you can remember that time when we ran the campaign time. So how come? So how come this government is bringing that same thing as a basis to increase burden on the people?
Because they want to see, as you said, sometimes the police are many governments. I don't want to certify them. That's why they want to put the $3 just to enable them pay them the wages that they're supposed to get.
Okay, enable them pay them the wages. Let's talk to more callers. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning, Abu. Jesus Emmanuel Ricketson and I joined the conversation about cows. So, Abu, they think what we get government. No, they are the rescue or we're gonna kill. They people care to kill us for honorable worker to stay, the whole thing with the government, I think that President we are government will stay running. Because if something happens to a President we are done today having influence on the government, then what is the essence of you coming to rescue?
What the essence of the rescue? Let's move to another caller. Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning. We want to take more calls. Let's hear you. What do you think?
I think they want to rescue mission now. They want to rescue the king because we have done rest. But just imagine, for rest that is 1,100 liberty. 3,000. So we are calling my Margie resident right now, and my name is Adi Kumambot. It's bad for us in this country. Well, that's what we are getting now. Thank you.
Thank you. From where there in Mangibi, let's take another caller. Good morning.
Morning. My name is Hussein Kew. I call from District 2.
United Party Hussein Kew. Let's see how you justify this one.
I mean, you guys take on the paper to always stress me whenever I call.
Go ahead, my brother. Go ahead.
So let me make my point.
Why are you running away from your identity?
I mean, I've always said this. I'm a proud Liberian.
But you're a United Party Liberian.
I owe no regret of supporting this government.
But that's all we say. We say you're a United Party Liberian. So why you want to interpose argument with that?
I'm a Liberian, right?
Yeah.
So let me go to the point of what I call.
Yeah, rescue children. Sorry, my brother. Go ahead. You know, I love to give you a hard time, Hussein.
Yeah, so moving forward, I'm not one of those Liberians or supporter of this government that would see, those things that affect the country and even my very self, they want to defend. The issue of the rest prices in our country, the increased prices of those basic commodities, is not the making of this government. And I'm not going to shame it to past government. The minister said on yesterday, one thing that captured was, it's a cartel. Yes, of course it is. In the past, we saw what that happened here.
No. I mean, you know what I mean? So a cartel. The government goes to the media. The government admits that there is a cartel. Instead of finding solution to dissolving and dismantling the cartel, the government says we agree we have lost the war against the cartel. It is the cartel that's running the rice industry. That is a shame and disgrace, Hussein.
No, it is. Did not just tell you it was a cartel, but he gave you solutions, right? He gave you
what is solution? Solution is $20 per bag of rice. Listen to somebody crying. They're buying rice for $20. Is that the solution?
Actually, from this platform, then they get that number. The person who call where the body is $20. If the body is $20, I'll buy two days. I'll buy for them this morning.
The volunteer is smart, you. My man, reality, Uzi, my man, you can't go buy rice. So you forget about that thing. You can go and you can buy a bag of rice, my man. That the probably can send the legal to go buy the rice. You can't even yet eat. Go you buy rice, you pay for we call it. So when the people call, they tell you how much they buy the rice. Don't argue with the people, my friend.
I would say this to you. You know, at times you don't have your own issues with the government. But when it comes to national issues, economic issues like this, you don't have to put it aside.
So how much is for rice right now?
Yeah.
How much is for rice? Send you. Oh, you got it. That's not true. Okay, go buy it. When you buy it, you send me the receipt. When you send me, I will publish it. No. Oh, of course. Why they will not give you receipt? Oh, so that Bawati, that cartel rice you can buy. Anything you know the party meaning about cartel. Thank you. Hey, who's it? Yeah, this young man can try, but you know, he get love. Hello, good morning. Good morning.
Let me just thank you for the discussion. Like what all people are saying is that when people have to wake on a very struggle. If you bring up present rest, there's a new wake on your number to read. This is what I family will just what I is already giving me scoring. Your family someone
thank you very much. Resist it. Civil disobedience. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, Abu, and good morning to the people of Liberia. My name is Safa Manuba Janakana. I call for the grounds of the capital this morning.
Go ahead, brother.
Abu, this rest business. You see, you said this thing. And I just want to say this to Hussein. From the moment yesterday the government announced the $2 increment, automatically that increment go across whether people bought rest yesterday or not. It affects the entire basic climate. And these people understand that their economy, most of them, they started economy at first. That's why they use the political space to have driving the people to where they want us to be today. So there's no need of we should be here arguing. People didn't buy the right. For the time I remember that announcing yesterday, Abu, it took effect on the Labi market across this country. Now, it will interest you now to know, Abu, that in Maryland, that people have not bought today. I mean, yesterday to carry right, but in Maryland now, the price has increased.
No, you know, there's a reason why, you know, Siafa, so people like Husina will not say we are being political. That's why they don't buy it. They say, well, I come and condemn people all want to tell me how much they buying rest. Since the government put it to effect today, tomorrow or day after, we'll get in the latitude. We want this message to go down in a rural parts, and you see what the prices will be like. That thing was in talking, you won't give it dignity. Go ahead.
And again, we want to say thank you to Crown Stopper. We understand that 2029 is going to be a very landslide victory for Homer Sensai. I want to say thank you to some of you who continue to stay for Liberia.
Oh, yeah.
Abu should have been on his honeymoon as we speak. I'm so sorry. And so Abu should have been on his honeymoon now. But Abu has taken his time to defend and continue to advocate on behalf of the people of Liberia. We see you as a champion. We see Austin and other Liberians who continue to champion the issue of Liberia as a patriotic Liberian. So we want to say thank you, Abu. God bless you, and we are in prayer with you, and God will continue to defend all of you that continue to fight for this country. God bless you.
Thank you very much, my dear brother, and thanks for the acknowledgement. Yes, it's true. We are going to use old man Sam Simon to correct the errors and the mistakes of 2020. Darius Dillon is a big national error that will be corrected in 2029 with old man Sam Simon. If you have not heard that before, it's true. That's what we are going to do, and we mean it. The country have decided. The country have decided that yes, this man is a disgrace, and we're going to save the reputation of Montserrat County by removing this man and installing a very responsible and impactful Liberian citizen. And you know, this we will be transitioning the country. And yes, what Safa said is true. We are going to do that. And we anyway, well we get it. Let's take more people. Hello, good morning.
How are you?
Fine, let's hear you.
I know in the other national we got something project. Now the city we got something. It should be we are dying. It's about time now for project to be over now. Why we are dying? Because
listen, in some country, you see that the problem you're getting in the country, everything you want, people won't come be spoon feeding you. Other country when they get issue, generally, and you know, that everybody feeling, nobody can go organize and it's spontaneous. Bro, wake up. You gotta wake up. We have to start hearing noise from all the place. This is how other countries solve their problem. The man will sit down in the executive mansion, you issue one statement, and you will see everything go back to normal.
Abu.
Go ahead.
You know that the pay is not massive. You know that they also direct to what they want to tell
But that won't have to happen. It got to build up. This is how real countries solve their problem. You don't say now you fold your hand with or somebody to organize something.
We are coming for them. We're getting ready for them. When we come, they will bring how enough to here. They will reload with that home. They will kill. And you will get that killing. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Power is inherent in the people. Hello, good morning.
Yeah, how are you?
Fine, let's hear you.
Yeah. What is coming this morning, I'm John. Calling on the woo.
Mm-hmm.
You see, the people get a power to say, when the Lord hit you, whatsoever you do, what is not put people on home. So all the things they're talking when the bad government is here, they try to in the world and say, oh, we tell them to do it, say they're holding it, and we look at it and say, holding it. You look at it? You understand what I'm saying?
I don't understand that. Say it again.
I think when the Lord hit you, the black guy you kill, the black guy keep playing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And they try to see the day we tell them to do it and say holding it.
Okay.
That's it. So all this here, we don't know from there. We don't know where Latina going. Where this country is going.
All right, we are confused. Let's go to the diaspora and pick this person calling from way there in the U.S. Good morning from Liberia. Oh, my word, gone off. Let's take the general. The general has been calling. Let's get the general. General, good morning.
Yeah, good morning, Pastor Abu. How are you?
It's good.
So the problem is general masses are calling from Belgium. Yeah, Abu, talk about it. But it's funny. So if I get my son who say, for every platform, he said you know. Be bad about it. Something that is defendable. So for who say to come and tell us that what they're doing is right. It is no red mind. It's on your back. It's not someone in green about Abu. I want to say that boy for project. We want to deep attack it. What is the people? If the man was something for any time was $15, but when we are getting, he can charge us $6 or $1. That is therefore playing the best thing wanted to do. People, he was saying, I want to play for who they count. Let's think of it. That is defending runners that when you come because you want a job, you might want to get a job. When somebody is wrong, let you say that no, they come here and support them. But when the proceeding is wrong, he will not do that because he won't job. And so more and more to get what he's doing before I'm going to come for the right. He's not performing it. Then he's saying that you have people that want to get job in power in this country. Then you come to the problem and say, oh, what the government is doing, how the government is doing. You say, we are people, we are doing everything. Carry rep from we are doing, say, oh, there's so much challenge that don't want to war, it's not easy. You fucking and say, no, that will not you. That will not you, you're opposing the place. So they say, oh, say, nah, what I'm doing it. Then you defend it wrong, we'll take care of. I will always tell him myself, I'm doing it to slow down. What a wrong say is to take care of your job. What a right you say was to come and defend wrong. And say, defending, you want to show your arm. That you tell the bullet, then you tell the bullet, then you tell the wrong bullet. Tomorrow, all you want that is to slow down. What a wrong say, what a right say, don't talk to the public. And free national authority and say, oh, everybody is free. Why not get a job? You will get a job and that, but say it too. Went to the power, don't talk not to the public. What is wrong? That's the monkey. That is wrong. Thank you, my job, for having me.
Thank you very much, General. Thanks a lot. And let's move to our friend, Poker Roberts. Poker, good morning. You're live.
Yeah. Thank you very much, Allah. Let me say good morning to you, Allah, and good morning to the Freedom family, and good morning to the Liberian people in general. For the recognition for the public, I'm Poker Robert, and I joined you from the biggest headquarters of the market coalition of Democratic Church this morning. Allah, congratulations, man.
Thank you.
Yeah, congratulations, my man. And let me say congratulations to you, my beloved and beautiful sister in love, man. Yeah, that's a great step.
Thank you, brother.
Yeah, but the issue of Allah, you know, when people come to the table with sickness, with lack and deception, they the can end up in disgrace. But before that, Allah, let me just tell you something. I don't want to brief to the spotlight of the public concerning some our members, our physicians have been seen tested. And according all physicians to gather around Raffle Dapo. I don't know why you know him, Allah. It's very serious. Raffle Dapo. You were very when Atiba came back, or everybody was defending Prophet King that insulted to the army. Prophet King walked scot-free. Today, our brother Raffle Dapo were in everybody on Tuba, telling the incompetent and inept. President that he don't want to lead the country to prosperity. Today he came down, he has been hunted, he has been witch hunt, and today he is in rubbish.
That's Baka for you.
That's Baka right there, so. That's Baka right there. So I follow the nation, and they look to protect their own. Protect the king, and they get called by insulted women here. They will protect our own right to come, no plan. The only complaint about to come is to tell Baka that he's incompetent. And you don't want to lead the country to reflect and call each other of the Liberian people. And the only crime you committed. So today, as I'm talking now, the black man in the very 10 will gather, will mark and voted, and we are moving now. The Moreno State Presi, but we'll stop the police headquarters. And we'll be very trusted of Razzle.
Okay. Yeah, move.
Step on the issue. I'll talk to the issue of the black issue. But we come to the table with deception and fitness, as I said again, and with disgrace. When you want make for anything, don't make for working. Don't make for people working. Because even the people for your party, they will go after Poker for the working. You come here, you say you want to destroy with like photo and what have you. All that thing, you know, it's a show way. They tell you that you don't have the understanding to the people plan. You see like just President we are that has made a lot of things for this country, even for yourself. Now you are sick, he said all for you. He said, no, you're not meant to lead the country. You come out now, you have no other penny of government. You are leading our people for 17 now, what president we have maintained. You are telling us to pull it now. You know it's causing now? No, it's causing? For Calamento to cash out there.
I know. Poker Roberts. The great Poker Roberts. They use our words.
Man, we are fully of 77 countries. We are still on all came to you. So everything like come to the table, appreciate to the table.
The inventor of political wars. Thank you. Thank you, my brother. Thank you very much, Poker Roberts. And let me go to the diaspora and pick this caller who's been on the line. Good morning. Good morning. Go ahead.
This is Abraham. But the problem still exists, even getting worse. Because these are the things the United Party boys should be talking. People are suffering his singing song. People are suffering his dancing buka. Okay. He's not dancing buka king. He's not there. But why the problem stay there in fact and getting worse? Thank you for the show, my dear brother.
Thanks a lot, Abraham. So let's move in and join our brother Austin Kawa, who's been running some errands, but just cannot stand the temptation and would like to weigh in. Brother Kawa, you're live. Go ahead.
Thank you, Abu. And a few points I just like to add to the conversation, which is very interesting this morning. Passing by most of the KKs and all of that is like locked down to the platform, which is very interesting, which is very good for us.
Yes, sir.
These Liberians are following the conversation and they are gaining interest in the content that we bring to them on a daily basis.
Definitely.
But a few points. The first thing is, it says to us that the government is extremely uncoordinated. The fact that the Minister of Commerce will announce an increment, and this is something we've been.
Hello. Okay.
Hello.
Yeah, go ahead. You're coming.
Adequate consultations were not done. The fact that the Minister of Commerce will make an announcement or a pronouncement, and the President will say, "Come, stakeholders, let's sit down and talk."
Yeah. So which one's supposed to happen first?
All the stakeholders first to sit down and have a conversation. The response and leader would do. But because the brother has shown a lot of interest in the governance of the state, that's what he did. He said, I'm stepped on, just go ahead and do what you want to do. The public reaction is what has pressured Braga to call those people to sit down and talk after his stepson would have referred to the people as cartel. Now his stepfather is calling the cartel, members of the so-called cartel, to sit down and have a conversation. If I were an importer, I wouldn't honor such a meeting.
No, I will not.
Because maybe he is a president or go there and disagree with what the president wants to present. The second point I like to add to is that Mr. Nawi just said right, Moda did not really properly appoint. To the extent that our commerce minister was not even aware or informed that this increment 20% tariff was announced 2 years, 3 years ago.
Yeah.
And Muda is making it to a PLA. It is a new decision made by the government.
It was done yesterday or the day before.
So, he had to use his state platform to mislead the people that it is due to the Indian government increment of export tariffs, which is not the case, not new. The last point I like to indicate is about the government spent 32 million annually. The CDC government spent 32 million annually. That's the least. Annually, the government spent 32 million for 4 years to keep the rice price stable at $13 and some cents. After 4 years, when the Indian government made that pronouncement, it was when the government added, I think, 2 cents or $2 to it to carry on to $15, 50 cents. So for 4 years, our government was able to sustain the price, keep it stable, and make it the products available to affordable for Liberians to buy.
That's right.
For 4 years. So if you realize it, you realize that the government spent $128 million minimum for 4 years to keep the rice price stable.
And that's the political will aspect.
Exactly. So you're talking about 128 million for 4 years is least, very least compared to the needs of Liberians or to honor the cost of making rice available for Liberians. That's political will. For a day to say, okay, I think we'll spend 128 million for 4 years or 32 million annually to provide subsidy to the importers and ensure that the rice price is stable, stable and affordable for Liberians. That's political will. That's what Mr. Braga does not have. Now, you're talking about the surcharge thing that they impose on the importation, right? 2022, in the government released their memo. If the government was aware, if the government was informed, the government will not have job surcharge or rice importation. The manufacturer cannot be imposing an increment in export of the products. Then they receive, those of us who are at the receiving end, we are suspending surcharge on importation. What kind of government will do that?
It was deliberate. Well, that was
no, I thought that. To conclude, this is how let's conclude. I want to believe less of Kafana to Braga. If you do not intervene, to fix what your son has for, that will become the economic, the council will call dumping. That will become a dumping site. Meaning the importers now, maybe they do not have the capacity or they want to ensure that rice is on the market, so they will go for the waste products. The poor quality of the rice that the Indians will be producing, and then they will start importing those poor quality of rice in our country, making that a dump site now, a dumping place for the world. So to avoid this, let's call them and intervene. But the government cannot make any significant intervention now because the government is struggling, is crumbling, is on knees to looking for money all around. Government does not have $32 million to give the input of the provide subsidies. If they want to provide subsidies, it means they have to give at least $50 million to import us annually. That's the only thing they can do to keep the rice price stable. Do they have the financial capacity? No, they don't. The budget has been passed. Where do they source the funding from? That's the bigger question that the government has to answer. Thank you very much for the show.
That's correct. Thanks a lot for the input. And I mean, this is it, folks. We are in a very long haul. This is a long haul, and the government has actually blundered. From all indication, that pronouncement, that press conference was useless. I mean, you have sold the Liberian people to the importers. Just because of your selfish desire to collect kickbacks, you just tongue the whole country, just tongue all under the boss. Any way you put it, anyhow you put it. But Austin, you can remember we once had a conversation here about the decision of the government to import a low grade rice. Once I told you, I said you will start seeing all kinds of funny rice. The minister talked about it. That's the intention, right? So they will increase this rice price. Bwaka will introduce some kind of dirty rice. Y'all coming start getting sick. I mean, aside for the people of the country, this is bad. Imagine the people talk to you for rescue, and this is what you're giving them. Y'all wait. All I had are justifying and defending Bwaka. Y'all wait until the dirty rice come in the country. And tell you say, oh, if you can't afford the $20 rice, we get $16 rice. Imagine going and buy your own signal for $16 US. Right? The one we are eating is the lowest, and somebody is going below that. So you can imagine when they finish doing the rice in India, the dirty one, what the picnic can eat. The pig and the dog and the one they can pack and carry it in the people in country for the pig and the dog to eat. So that what they have gone, the negotiator and that the conversation they're going to have. So these guys have spoken with the people that will beg these ones, right? And start bringing it for you here. Then that what they will be selling. Then the government will have a press conference and say, oh, yeah, you know, because the Indian government in August increased their 1 year, blah, blah, blah. So Bwaka has made intervention, and so another grade of rice will be coming. That door rest, they will bring big rest, door rest. This is bad. This is unacceptable. If Mr. Bwaka has no clue to leadership, please leave. Just leave. That's all you have to do. And you can't keep the whole country hostage because of it. And, you know, and then you think we'll pamper your incompetence and excesses. We will not tolerate that nonsense. And that's why we are telling you, the people, to rise up. Rise up. Oh, yes, we are telling you. You know, you have to take action. This is called for in democracy. We are not telling you to destroy anything. We're not telling you, but you have to speak out. Your voice. Bring your voice out. Let the government hear you and know that the people are not pleased. You have to do something. Vibrate the system. If you refuse to vibrate the system, the country, the government will treat you like dogs and pigs. And we will not sit there and allow you to be treated like dogs and pigs. Imagine the government giving in to the cartel. It's the cartel that running the country. When we told you, say, BMs were in charge of the country, you argue. The government has admitted that they finished selling the country to the BM then, and they didn't want running the country. Cartel. Are you kidding me? What kind of serious government go on media and say, oh, they think here will not hear the cartel controlling, that the cartel release the press? This is unacceptable. Black guy must lead or he leaves. Period. Folks, that's all the time we have to be here until we meet tomorrow. Do have yourself a wonderful time. The nation's carrier. Bye-bye.